What's going on, guys? And in today's video I thought it would be great to give you an update on my portfolio, my little over 2,600 portfolio. And boy, has it been a wild ride. And like this past year I'm up 545%. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. So let me give you an overview of what's in my portfolio. I'm actually going to change the screen because for some reason the Robinhood desktop, uh, it's very laggy. I don't understand why. Maybe it is my web browser. Who knows? So I'll just show you this screen, and this is a better presentation. So in stocks and options, I have $541, and it's 20%. And in cryptocurrencies, it's 79.85%. Now, here's the thing. Most Robinhood doesn't really account for the amount you just put in. These also track the progress and the gains. So, a good rule of thumb is that you don't want to own more than 5% of a security, whether it's a cryptocurrency, whether if it's a company. You don't want to have 79% in Apple. You just don't want to do that. Like for an example, so this is way overbalanced. I mean, this is way overbalanced. Like cryptocurrencies is literally like a Pac-Man. It's eating my stocks, progress, and options, and all that stuff. Um, so don't worry. This is not me recklessly putting all my money into one basket. When I get to the cryptocurrency section, I will explain. Up first, let's talk about stocks. So my first stock is Blink Charging, which is a power station company for electric vehicles. And when I originally bought it, it was $2.48. I bought 2 shares. The current price is $32.91. It was higher in the past, but now it's came down. So my total return is $60.86. So I've done really well with Blink Charging. Power Plug is very interesting. It's a battery company. I bought 2 shares at $2.51, and I've held them. This is my longest. Power Plug is the longest stock I've ever held. I bought it way when I started my account on Robinhood. Power Plug is very interesting. It's a battery company. I bought 2 shares at $2.51, and I've held them. This is my longest. Power Plug is the longest stock I've ever held. I bought it way when I started my account on Robinhood. The price right now has come down to $25. My total profit is $45.34. I still plan on holding Power Plug and Blink Charging for the long term. Up next is Nano Dimensions. Now, Nano Dimensions is based in Israel, and it is a 3D printing company. There's a lot. 3D printing is not. This is actually at a good price right now. 3D printing is starting to become a big deal. And what's unique about Nano Dimensions' 3D printers is that it prints semiconductors and microchips. They're so unique that they're able to bend and to make them in different shapes instead of the flat square ones. So these could be used in antennas for aerospace, for NASA. I'm really a big believer in the 3D printing because that could be a big deal if we ever colonize on Mars, or the mission to Mars, or the mission to the moon. Because let's say you're in space, a part breaks, you need a little 3D printer. It could probably, and if you have like the plastic or the material on board, it could print you precisely the part you need, and it could save your life in space. So that's what I'm really gearing Nano Dimensions for. It's really towards space, and also through innovation, and it's very unique. Up next is PowerShares S&P 500 High Dividend ETF. I've held this one for quite some time, since last year. I have a full share, and even though I'm up $9 on them, What is so unique about this ETF? It's very stable, and it also gives me a little dividend every month. So that's very beneficial, and I really like them. Up next is Wendy's fast food. I bought them at $13.43. I'm up $9. It's now worth $22. I think Wendy's. It's what's interesting about the Wendy's stock is that it's relatively hovering around $20 to $22, and it has stayed there. So it hasn't been volatile or anything as of yet. So I think Wendy's has a lot of room to grow, and I think they'll be able to do that. Up next is Key Bank. I bought it at $12.16. I'm up $8, and they give a pretty good dividend yield. It's a good bank. It's based off Ohio. Since the pandemic started, it has recovered. Plan on holding that one long term. Up next is American Airlines. When that huge crash for the pandemic started, all that drama, I scooped up a share for $13.86, and it had, and it's now, I'm finally up $7.79, but for the longest time it was at $12, $14. Like, it took over a year just to get mine total for it to go up. But I think since everything's beginning to open up, we've got vaccines, I think people will have an appetite for travel, and this is definitely, American Airlines is definitely a long-term play, long-term hold for me. Up next, I have a fractional share of Bank of America. I was planning on getting the full share. Bank of America is kind of interesting because they kind of don't believe in cryptocurrencies, and I think that's sort of a mistake, and that sort of turned me off. I don't know. I think Bank of America is one of the other better banks. However, I fear of their innovation, and I don't know. Like, it's, with overdraft fees, they look like no fun, but they give a good dividend yield. So I don't know. So I have a fractional share, so my average cost is $26, but I don't have the full share, so I have about $12 to $13 in Bank of America, and we'll see how all this goes. I don't know. Up next is Ford Motors. I actually bought one share at $7.80, and now I'm up $4.29. The price is now at $12. I think now Ford is now getting serious now with electric vehicles, so now they will be developing their own electric vehicles, and that's one of the cheapest auto stocks out there. So I've decided to buy a share, and let's see what happens. Up next is Aqua Bounty. Now, Aqua Bounty is a unique company. It involves in geonomes and salmon hatcheries, fish. And you're like, well, why is this company so unique about fish? Because it's how they're housed and how they raise these farms, and they're using technology to grow them. But it sounds nasty, but it is not, because if their technology is up to par, salmon with their embryos and their eggs and how they freeze them and how they preserve them, those embryos might be able to travel to Mars and space travel. See, I think of the bigger picture. And they could build, with their technology, they can build salmon hatcheries if we ever colonate on Mars. And they could bring the eggs. And so we'll have salmon and fish. Salmon might be the first fish, maybe on Mars. I'm holding these for the long term, so I'm holding on to them. Up next is Starbucks. Starbucks, I bought a fractional share. I only put in $10 into Starbucks, and I'm up $2.19 when it came down to $97, and I said, ooh, let me buy some. So Starbucks is pretty, coffee. Everyone loves their coffee, so that's pretty straightforward. Up next is Target, one of my favorite places personally I like to go shopping. I bought it at the dip when it was $117. I put in $10 into this one as well. It was a fractional share, and I'll just add, dollar average cost. And so I'm up $1.80. So Target, again, one of my favorite retailers, and they're doing quite well. Up next is very straightforward. VU, Vanguard, S&P 500 ETF, the average overall market. I'm up $1.74 on them, so that's been good. And next is really, I want to say reality income, but it's realty income. I don't know. It's how it looks. Ticker symbol O. I bought it I put in $10. Average cost is $60. Now $1.67, so I'm up $1.21. And this is to rebalance my portfolio for real estate, and also this is also a monthly dividend stock too as well, which gives off acceptable returns, so it's not outrageous where it can't keep paying it for the next 30 years. So it's been pretty stable. So that's been pretty good. Apple, you know, we love our iPhones, iPads, and MacBooks, and EarPods. You know, they're good stock to have in any portfolio. I'll continue to hold, and I will to get the full complete share. So I only have a fractional share, but hopefully I'll be able to get a complete share. Up next is Procter & Gamble, fractional share. Again, another $10 in this one. Again, it's Procter & Gamble. Everyone loves their Dawn soap, their toilet paper, especially the toilet paper, and other goods and other cleaning supplies and products, paper products, and, you know, Kleenex and all that stuff. So that's a good blue chip stock to have. Up next is Ideanomics. I have 2 shares in. This is basically a software company that deals in data, but also in software for electric vehicles. So this still has a lot of growth. This is definitely one of the most speculative plays. At one point, a share of Ideanomics was about, you know, at one point it got up to $5, and it kind of crashed down to where it is now. So I bought it at $2.16, and it has since come down to $2.30, but I'm up 27 cents. So yeah. Up next is, my favorite, highly anticipated ARK Space Innovation ETF. Oh, see, it moved. So next is ARK. Well, actually, let me just since it moved, Johnson & Johnson fractional share. I basically am broke even at this moment, so it might be down 2 pennies. So it's been up and down, up and down. Actually, this is actually pretty good buy. I might buy some to add dollar coverage as Johnson & Johnson, you know. Very typical, you know, Johnson & Johnson, you know, the baby shampoos, the baby products, you know, they're pharmaceutical. We pretty much use their product. Most people use their products probably every day. And they're a good company, blue chip company to have in the portfolio. Up next is ARK Space Exploration and Innovation ETF. I have 2 shares of them. I was really excited to hear about this because I do believe space, along with virtual reality and electric cars, that's going to be our next venture. I've been kind of gearing up my portfolio for not only the future, but for not only innovation, but I believe, you know, what stocks will I want to take with me to space? Like, what stocks will do good in space travel? I think that's going to be the next big thing, you know, because right now the trend is electric vehicles, or it was, you know, it still is. But now next is everyone's going to be looking at space. That's going to be the next trend. So again, it's ARK Space Innovation ETF. You know, Kathy Woods, she's very good at. This is a daily traded. You know, their team goes in and does daily trades. It has like over 30 companies that are geared up to space, and more will come. You know, will IPO and debut on the market. So that's a very long-term investment for me. Up next is Takeda Pharmaceutical. Kind of a speculative. It's based in Japan. I'm down 38 cents. It's been kind of hovering around the 16, 17, 18 range. I think because of the pandemic, they've kind of lost a little bit of business, but because it's just only focused on, you know, the COVID. This is a pharmaceutical company based in Japan, and it also sells products sort of like a Johnson & Johnson, but they're looking to expand in Asia. Not only they, you know, come out with clinical trials, but they also sell products too. So it's not just a speculative clinical trial. If they do good, the stock goes up. They also sell products too. So kind of similar to Johnson & Johnson. Up next is ARK Innovation ETF, their main one. I'm down 57 cents, but again, I plan on holding ARK Innovation for a very long time. I think it will grow over time. In fact, I might even buy the dip as where it's at right now. So this is a good buying point. You know, you always want to buy when the stock comes down, because then you could dollar average costs. So that's very beneficial. So and I'm going to definitely keep ARK Innovation for the long term. Up next is AT&T, probably one of my worst performing stocks out there. Give a good dividend yield, don't get me wrong, but it has been stable though. It's been staying around $28, $29, $30. So it depends where the wind blows with that one. But I think with HBO Max, and screwing over the movie theaters, I mean the movie studios, you know, because they wanted to launch all their movies on HBO Max, and it pissed off a lot of people. So they need some work. AT&T needs some work, and also with their broadband and stuff, they really need to update their equipment, and they really need to really invest in themselves. I wouldn't mind if they cut dividends back a little bit. I know it's not a nice thing to say, but I want them to reinvest in themselves because they do have some debt, and so that's that. And then next, my worst of all, Coinbase, but I do believe it. I bought it as soon as it IPO'd, but I only bought $15 worth, and I'm only down $2.31. But this one's going to be long-term Coinbase, and it's good to add to the cryptocurrency portfolio in stocks. I think that's, we all know the reasons for Coinbase, cryptocurrencies. So, but I think they will innovate. I think they're just starting to get off the ground. And next, let's talk about cryptocurrencies. And oh boy, do I have a lot to talk about. First up, let's talk about Dogecoin. Well, if you were hiding underneath the rock, Dogecoin is probably the best cryptocurrency / investment I've ever had in my entire life. I don't understand it. So let me. Okay. So right now I'm up. Okay. Wait. Let me show you. Let me show you this. Okay. So my average cost of Dogecoin, the whole amount of money I put into it, is $36.55. Okay. And so I'm up 5,616%, 17%. It keeps going up. Like I can't even keep track. My total return is $2,052 from $36.55. What? What? Oh my gosh, you guys! And my average cost is 6.8, less than a penny to a penny, less than a penny. I don't understand this. I think there's going to be good attraction to this. I mean, people are very popular because when Dogecoin originally, when the people did it, obviously it's a meme. It was to make fun of Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. And what's nice is that there was never any ulterior motives of the future of Dogecoin. So it couldn't be taken seriously. So there was no entity behind it. There was no, scam and whatnot. And even though, yes, the problem with Dogecoin is that there is no cap on them. You could print 1 billion coins. That is a problem in terms of inflation. But at the same time, people trust it because when I bought it, when I was around, I bought it when it was less than a penny, like 20 cents, less, 30, 33, So it's been gone up, and I think it will hit $1. People will make it will happen. People will make it hit $1, maybe even $2 if people want to. But a lot of people really, it's just exploded in the last, and it's almost at 40 cents. It's just incredible. It's crazy to me. Look, I'm almost at 2,100. It was at one point, which Robinhood doesn't do a good job when it was right here. It was at 3,000. At one point, I had 3,000. It is insane. So when it does hit $1, I do plan on taking some profits to not only take my original investment, but also I have to rebalance my portfolio because I cannot have 80% in cryptocurrencies. I just can't. I have to rebalance everything, So, it looks like a Pac-Man, eating it up. So, anyway. So, Dogecoin, I don't know. I think I will sell some at it when it hits $1 to take profits. But other than that, Dogecoin is just Dogecoin rules. Okay. So, up next is Ethereum Classic. Now, I actually bought this when the whole stock market crashed during the pandemic. Last March, and I bought a little over one coin. I bought it at $3.91. Now it is worth almost $40. So I'm up almost 900%. And Ethereum Classic, it goes up and down. So I think I will hold Ethereum Classic another for the long term. This is just when I started investing, it's just been a wild ride. Buy the dip. When you like right here for ARC Innovation, this would be a good time to buy a little bit. Same with AT&T and Coinbase. Buy more. Since you're like, oh my goodness, you're losing your money. No, actually, now is a good point to. That's why I love fractional shares, because you could dollar average cost and you could buy a little bit when it dips. So maybe I put another 15 into Coinbase to average it out. So that is my little over 2,667 portfolio. I will try to. I know been really bad at uploading videos on YouTube. I know this video is probably very long. I will try. I have some good ideas that I want to try out on this YouTube channel. If you're interested in starting a Robinhood, Webull, or M1 Finance account, if you use the links below, we'll each get free stocks. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.